Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Battle Court Jai-Alai. Tonight's game day will feature the Fireballs and the Renegades. And with that, I want to welcome everybody into another edition of the Winter 25 Battle Court season. I'm Andrew Blackman, joined alongside Stu Nyman to bring you tonight's 6 matchups between the Fireballs and the Renegades. How you doing today, Stu?
Awesome, Andrew. Jai-Alai is great. Battle Court's even better. But being here with you sincerely made my day today.
Well, back-to-back Battle Court days, Stu. Yesterday, we saw the Warriors pick up their first game day win of the season. They now jumped up into 5th place. Let's take a look at those full season standings before we get into the highlight today. Fireballs up at the top. The Renegades tied for 2nd place at the moment. So chance for the Renegades with a win here to tie themselves with 1st place. I mentioned those teams yesterday. It was the Cyclones and the Warriors. The Warriors moving up, but not enough to crack the top 4. Those top 4 teams will advance to the playoffs this year. About a third of the regular season left. We'll get this game day started with 4th Division doubles. That'll feature Lalu and Cabrera for the Fireballs. And they'll take on Stan and Ben of the Renegades. Lalu and Cabrera with a record of 6-2 to open up this regular season. Stan and Ben, one of the few winless teams in Battle Court. A couple of them on the Renegades. This team 0-6 to start off the year. See if they can pick up their first win here. They're going to have their hands full with this Fireballs team.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready to begin our first match of the game day. Lalu will have the serve for the Fireballs. Lalu serves. We begin with an ace. First point for Lalu and Cabrera of the Fireballs. Lalu has the serve. Reminder of the scoring Battle Court. First team to reach 6 points wins the set. First team to win 2 sets wins the match.
Just right away, powerful right side. Beautiful serve.
Stayed to the inside as we've seen. Beautifully done. Fault over serve. Battle Court rules allow for 2 serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the forehand 7 line. Here's the catch by Ben. Backhand to the inside. Cabrera from the 11 line. Stand mid-court. Powerful backhand. Catch by Ben. Cabrera advances. Here's the backhand. Beautiful catch by Ben. Here's the backhand from the 12 line. Lalu is there. Ball tipped in the backcourt. Second point for Lalu and Cabrera. Lalu serves.
Yeah, Lalu and Cabrera coming to this matchup as the biggest favorites on the board today. And they're like 20-1 favorites. Don't even know what that ended at. So you come in, you don't want to be too complacent in a matchup like this. And fortunately for both Lalu and Cabrera, they lost a set to Stan and Ben last time out. So that's going to keep you focused and say, hey, we can't get one away like we did last time. Let's get in, handle business, and get out of here as quick as possible. That serve certainly helping. Another fast one coming in.
Hard serve caught by Ben. Here's Cabrera from the 11 line. Backhand. Stands there. Tip ball. 3 points for Lalu and Cabrera of the Fireballs. Lalu serves.
And a big reason why Stan and Ben won that first set last time was Stan was mixing it up in the front. I mean, when he caught the ball, he was firing a shot, whether good or bad, but forcing the defense to make a play. And a couple more misses by the Fireballs, but it's been solid play and another ace.
The ace will score 4 points. Lalu serves.
I mean, we do say it every day, but it is staggering, that power from his right side.
Lalu,
I mean,
since
he's
he
not
first arrived on the
yeah.
scene, you don't, it doesn't show in his physique.
No. And then it comes out, and that serve has as much pace crossing the sidewall as any.
Here's a backhand by Ben to the inside. Lalu at the 9 line. Backhand. Ben powerfully from the backhand.
Tough one.
This ball is tipped in the corner. That's a point for Stan and Ben of the Renegades. Stan has a serve.
Well, perfect throw there. I mean, it's crossing right around the 13 line. Cabrera's not sure if it's going to drop into the Chula, so he goes for it. He tipped it.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Powerful backhand. What a catch by Cabrera on the side wall. Beautifully played. This ball is tipped in the backcourt. That is 5 points for Lalu and Cabrera of the Fireballs. Lalu has the serve. Possible set point.
Stan has struggled on the rebote, and there's now been 2 balls that Ben's kind of ranged back for to try to play because he maybe doesn't have full faith that rebote is going to stay in play. Either way, 5-1 and a great start to this match for the Fireballs. Oh, another one.
The ace scores. Point and set to Lalu and Cabrera, winning the first set 6-1. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out and play our next set. My, oh, my.
Yeah, and getting back to what I was saying earlier, you know, if you're a huge favorite, you know, you come out there and you beat this team, you know, 6-0, 6-0 the first time out, you can come out a little slow and you can get caught in a set. But the fact that these guys lost a set last time, I figured they were going to come out with a little more energy, and you see the result 6-1 in that first set.
You're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida. We are currently in our first of 6 scheduled matches on the game day between the Fireballs and the Renegades. Here we are in the ESPN3 DraftKings Players Cage. Players taking the breaks back here in between sets and to prepare for matches. That first set went by pretty quickly. And Lalu standing there. Again, sneaky power. I mean, you don't necessarily see it, but
well, and Ben is, you know, he plays in Division II, so he's used to powerful serves.
No question
you know,
about that.
Guys like Iturbide, Jairo, you know, those players come to mind, and he handles those, but just a different type of power coming out of the basket there of Lalu, and 3 aces out of the 6 points, and see the Fireballs wrap that one up quickly.
And Ben playing with Stan knows that there's a bit more pressure on him in the backcourt to make things happen. As opposed to later when we'll see, you know, Ben with Gaucheri.
No.
And Gaucheri very much directs all the activity from the front court for Ben.
Again, the last matchup between these two teams was on February 28th, ended in a 3-3 tie. But Lalu and Cabrera did beat Stan and Ben. They lost the first set 6-1, Lalu and Cabrera. So Stan and Ben won 6-1, and then the next 2 sets 6-0, 6-3. That's a little more like we saw in set 1 here. Good play by the Fireballs, not like throwing a whole lot of shots, keeping the ball to the inside, and just trying to outcatch these Renegades. Worked out so far. We'll see what happens coming out to begin set 2.
We're ready to begin our second set. Stan will have the serve for the Renegades. Stan serves. Second set has begun. Stan from the 9 line. Backhand 2-all by Cabrera. Got him. Cutting to the inside. First point of the second set goes to Lalu and Cabrera of the Fireballs. Lalu serves.
Always have to be careful with the backhand 2-all. That's the right time to throw it, you know.
Both players were moving back to the inside. And
you know, after a 6-1.
Chris watches for that, yeah.
6-1 set. The Renegades are coming out excited. Hey, let's get back into this set quickly. Get the first point. Backhand 2-all. Right to the outside. No one within 20 feet of it.
What a catch by Ben. Beautifully played on the left side. Here's Cabrera. Backhand. Scoop by Ben. Rebote forehand. Here's a catch by Lalu. Rebote left side. It's a 2-all. Lalu stops it to the outside. Cortada.
Wow.
Scores. That's 2 points for Lalu and Cabrera. Lalu has a serve. You want to see a perfectly thrown cortada?
I was just going to say.
That's like definition of the cortada right there.
That's one of the best ones we've ever seen. I mean, it comes in with so much power off the front wall, but he crouches down, keeps it low.
Look what it does on the side. You see what it does there on the sidewall? That's a perfectly thrown cortada.
Crossing
that's
just
beautiful.
Before Ben can get up to it.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. I will actually say it. That is a Cortado worthy of the name Manuel Montilla. Cortado master at Miami Jai-Alai in the 80s and 90s. Here's the backhand by Ben. Caught by Cabrera. Ben down low. Backhand from the 11 line. Ben to the inside. Backhand. Cabrera's there. Rebote. Forehand is missed. 3 points for Lalu and Cabrera. Lalu has the serve.
Warmer ball now, finally getting one to pass Ben. Stan getting in for the rebote. It's all timing there. A little bit off, you see something like that, just a swing and a miss. Now 3 straight in this second set.
There's a backhand by Ben. Stand from the left side. Costello 2-all.
Oh,
beautifully executed by Stan to store. That's a point for Stan and Ben of the Renegades. Stan serves. Let me say that again. Stan to score. I mixed my T and C there.
I'd like to see more of this from Stan. I mean, that's the reason why Stan and Ben won a set last time these two teams played. You just got to go for it. Muck it up. Throw some shots you don't usually throw and get the defense off their footing. Got him there. First one of the set.
Big backhand. Rebote coming out. Rebote forehand is missed. That is 4 points for Lalu and Cabrera of the Fireballs. Lalu serves.
I'm not sure, maybe, thinking a lot, but the form on Stan's rebote looks a little different than we've seen. When he's played with Flores, he's been pretty consistent in keeping the rally going. But today, I mean, 2 swings and misses in a row, and he looks a little
tenuous.
Yeah, I mean, as the ball's coming in, a little more tentative.
Here's the backhand by Ben. That ball tipped off the side wall. Well thrown by Ben. 2 points for the Renegades. Stan and Ben. Stan has the serve.
Well, that's how you have to get Cabrera. If it's not right along the side wall, he's usually not going to miss. The only 2 mistakes, well thrown by the Renegades.
There's the backhand to the inside. Stands there. Rebote left side to the inside. Back to that side wall. Ben's there. Cabrera. Beautiful catch by Stan. He cannot hold on. That is a 5th point for Lalu and Cabrera of the Fireballs. Possible match point. That happened quick.
Looking to make it 5 matches in a row. Win streak keeps on going for the Fireballs.
The ace will score. Point, set, and match for Lalu and Cabrera, taking it in straight sets, 6-1, 6-2.
Fireballs starting off strong as they have their last 6 or 7 game days. This team has been on quite the run, hitting the first win on tonight's game day. Lalu and Cabrera 6-1, 6-2 over Stan and Ben. Coming up next, we'll move over to singles. Urrutia takes on Urbieta. Division 2 up next.
As soon as that highlight ball leaves the cesta, you can't blink because every second is packed with action. Keep up with the world's fastest ball sport all game day long with bets on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. Find your favorite team or player and get in on the action with DraftKings, the official sports betting partner of the World Jai-Alai League. The crown is yours.
Game day score reflecting that win by the Fireballs. That team starting off the day in first place. If the Fireballs can win today, they can open up a 2-point lead over the Devils and Renegades. In this, modern scoring format in Battle Court, that's a pretty significant lead. We're going to hear from our winning team, Lalu and Cabrera. Now 5 wins in a row, hitting their stride in this winter 25 season. Here they are, Lalu and Cabrera. Great win to start off the game day for the team, guys. Common question that we've been asking now late in the season. What's been the biggest change from the start with this team to now?
Communication. That's what the whole game comes down to. Every division, we just in the beginning we didn't communicate very well because we had never played with each other, and now we're one of the better teams in the division. So we want to keep riding that wave into the playoffs.
Awesome, guys. Great start again for your Fireballs. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll move on over to singles. Urrutia against Urbieta here in the second division. Urrutia has had a nice debut here this season. He's 2-1 so far in singles. Urbieta, his introductory season in Division 2, he's 0-2. Okay. Urbieta, just kind of a brick wall back there. He can catch everything, and he's going to need to do it here against Urrutia. You got one guy purely offensive, another guy that's purely defensive. We'll see how this matchup goes. Our second one of the day. There's a serve. We begin. Catch on the inside by Urrutia. Or runner. Ooh, picked off by Urbieta. Urrutia back at the 11. Gets this one to pass right in the corner. Urbieta comes back for it, digs it out. Urrutia attacking. 2-wall, soft touch to score. Urrutia on the board first here in our second match.
So Urrutia has proven his offensive skills as we've gotten into the season, especially where that Costado 2-wall is concerned, both in singles and doubles. If he can avoid unforced errors, it'll serve him well, specifically in this match against Urbieta.
Urbieta from the 11 line drops it in the corner. Urrutia comes down on the right side. Bote navigates some traffic, makes the catch, puts it back inside. Here's Urrutia. He goes deep. Urbieta kind of lays it up off his footing. Urrutia inside placement. This time, Urbieta switches to the right, makes a catch, sends it deep. Not past Urrutia, though. He's got it on the left side. Urbieta now from the 9. Big backhand. That clears the screen. Urrutia left side. Bote is a 2-wall. It lands in, but Urbieta gets out to it, returns a drop shot. Not droppy enough. Urrutia's drop shot is, and it will score 2 points for Urrutia.
And did we mention speed? Urrutia, and having this conversation earlier in the back with Urrutia and Alex of the Warriors in terms of foot speed. Both very fast, explosive players. And that was a well-thrown ball by Urbieta, no question about that. And Urrutia it
just kind of stayed elevated off the sidewall. If you don't get the sidewall before the first bounce, the way it spins, it'll kick up. Hard serve inside. Urbieta gets it before it crosses. Catch by Urrutia at the 11 line. Sends that one to pass. Bote. It's off to the inside. Urrutia climbs the wall and comes down with the ball. Left side of Bote again. This one stays inside. Another high scoop. 2-wall. Ooh, that's too low. Urbieta gets his first point.
So Urrutia has been scoring consistently with that 2-wall. That one thrown, I guess he was about the 8 line when he snapped it. Didn't put enough on it to clear the overhead, to clear the lower pad.
Bote forehand. Scooped up off the sidewall. Good catch. Low runner. Urbieta's got this one in the air. High and deep. Bote coming back out. Not a lot on it. Urrutia sends it entirely out of play. That ball's staying there. It is 2-2. New ball coming in. Yeah, that's a tough one. We didn't, usually it drops back there, but. Gonna bring a new ball out there, and it will be 2-2. Yeah, that rebote is up and away, and it is stuck up there.
It's still up there in the netting, I believe.
Yeah,
It happens.
yeah.
Look, the ball's had enough.
That's only 4 points into this match, too. Hurtado's serve is an underserve. First fault, second one coming up.
Interesting to see Urbieta change things up like that. But notice where Urrutia is standing. He's standing about the 13 line. If Urbieta is able to get that serve and especially have it die off of the side wall between the 4 and 7 line, that becomes a tough serve to beat.
That one dropping. Urrutia picks it up at the 10 line. Back in the corner. Rebote for Urbieta. High and hard up the middle. Urrutia low to the inside. Urbieta not going to get there. Urrutia retakes the lead 3-2.
Again, offensive dominance against Urbieta. It's not necessarily going to win you the set or the match.
Rebote forehand. It's on the wall. Dropped at Urbieta's feet. He scoops it up. Into the corner. Rebote left side. Turned powerfully above the pad. Here's Urbieta. Just going to try to pass, and he does. Urrutia. Rebote. Hooked it up the middle. Urbieta now to the inside. That one will score. It's 3-3.
In singles, you have to respect the 2-all. And Urrutia doesn't have a lot of familiarity in terms of playing and practicing with Urbieta. So when he's got the ball in the costado like this, he's just as capable of throwing a 2-all as he is inside. He went inside with that one. Urrutia was expecting the 2-all, or at least preparing for the 2-all. And Urbieta threw that perfectly. Inside enough, so it's going to be out of reach, but not feeding the rebote.
Ball missed off the serve. That is an ace that gives Urbieta a 4-3 lead.
Urbieta has the advantage here in terms of court familiarity. Has both judged and played here for a number of years.
Catch on the inside there by Urbieta. Right into the corner. Urrutia, forehand rebote, hooked it, but it's good enough to score. 4-4 is the score, and Urrutia serves.
Yeah, it lands in, so.
Yeah, that was it just hooked the rebote, but works out like a carom rebote here. Opens, and yeah, not one you expect if you're Urbieta. That's a hard serve coming in, but Urbieta snatches it up there at the 11. Rebote forehand, right at Urbieta's feet, and he tipped it on the quick bounce. Urrutia has 5 points and a possible set point.
That had all the makings of someone who knew what he was going to throw before he made the catch. You can wait a very long wait waiting for Urbieta to miss a ball. See if Urrutia is able to finish out the set.
Hard serve, that one crosses. Urbieta comes away with it. Sends it back to the corner. Urrutia handles off the side wall. Inside placement, Urrutia picks it up on the right side. Drop shot. Got the first bounce and the second to score. Point and set. Urrutia wins it 6-4. 2 minutes will play. Set number 2.
So he was able to finish things off. And Andrew. So we would like to extend very happy birthday wishes to Hugh, at DraftKings. And for the
Is that-
record,
is
that
that right?
that is a one and only from our very own CEO.
How
Yes.
about that? Didn't know it was his birthday.
So happy birthday to Hugh at DraftKings. And we typically don't do birthday shout-outs because we have quite a few fans.
Well,
and,
but
you know,
for Hugh, I mean, come on, Stu.
But hey, look, I get a text like this. You know, it's like, did I even wish you? When is your birthday?
No, Hugh.
birthday's
I mean,
like
if
in the
Hugh's
summer.
listening out there, I work with this guy every day. Couldn't even get a simple call. He shouts you out over the. I see where we stand.
Sorry, just send me a message.
Happy birthday, Hugh.
Happy
Glad
birthday,
you're
Hugh.
enjoying the action and
Always proud
part
to
of Battle Court. Yeah.
Very proud to have DraftKings as partner.
So Urbieta there. Well played first set, but kind of what we come to expect from Urbieta. Not a lot of shots. I mean, he had one costado. He kept it inside that scored easily. So, maybe look for him to open it up a little bit there in set number 2.
So the conversation between Ben and Urbieta.
You gotta, you're a little.
A great sense of humor. It's like Ben is the perfect one to look at and say, "Look, man, I don't know what you want me to tell you." I had a bad first match. It's like you just got to do something to beat him. And realistically, Urbieta broke out the cortada serve, turned out to be an underserve, but he brought out a few surprises there.
Well, you got to throw shots, to beat Urrutia. And I think that's the thing you see against, it's not just Urrutia, any of the top players here in singles.
100%.
It could be Iturbide, and then you go to Division 1, Zuleika, Douglas, Gosheri. All these guys have one thing in common. They throw a variety of shots. They throw them all, pretty well. Let's see what Urbieta's got here coming out for set 2. Looking to extend this match. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin our second set. Urbieta serves to Urrutia.
You'll be fine. Look out.
There's the serve. We begin set 2. Forehand rebote laid up by Urbieta. Urrutia waits for it to cross the wall, picks it up at the 9. Back inside, Urbieta waiting for it. He sends this one deep. Not high enough. Urrutia able to cut it off. Urbieta blasts this one. Urrutia takes off, up at the 7 line, returns it inside, leaves a
What a
tough scoop, and Urbieta made it. Rebote forehand, staying inside, dropping low, scooped it up again. There's the backhand. Urrutia thought about it, waits for his own rebote, sends it back. Not past Urbieta, though. Rebote left side, who hooked this one to the outside of the court. Urbieta, 2-wall with a soft touch. Well, Urrutia is going to get to it. Powers it inside, and it scores. First point of set 2 goes to Urrutia of the Fireballs.
Urrutia seemed to get frustrated. The accuracy on his throw seemed to be off. Right there. He's not frustrated with Urbieta at all. That has everything to do with his own throw. Imagine it not opening up. But he catches this forehand. And, yeah, get it across the sidewall and score. Beautifully done.
Here's a catch by Urbieta, low runner inside, scoop, missed. It's going to get Urbieta on the board with his first point.
Always trying to catch that ball in the air. Scoops are neat to look at, sometimes fun to announce when you're on the court. Can be a little difficult to catch. Got him.
Scores. That's going to give Urbieta 2 points.
So, have to respect that cortada serve, meaning that when you're receiving in singles, you're not going to stand back. You see he's completely out of view there at the 11 line. Here's the cortada serve. Sidearm, low to the box. Crossing the sidewall and scoring. Beautifully done by Urbieta.
That's an underserve. Second one coming up.
And when you go for the cortada serve, that's what you're flirting with, the underserve. Usually why you don't see 2 in a row, but
that second serve is good. Here's Urrutia. All the way at the 9 line, goes down to the inside, hard up the middle, scooped up by Urbieta. Catch by Urrutia from the 9, ends it deep. Robote carom attempt, that caught the pad. The pad is bad. 2-2, tied up.
forehand carom rebote, one of the most difficult throws in Jai-Alai on any court at any level. That's why.
Catch by Urbieta. Tries to pass, but Urrutia steps back to make the play. Swim low and hard along the wall. Urbieta gets up to it. Our backhand now. Urrutia takes off. Up at the 9 to the inside. It's dropping. Urbieta gets up there. Big backhand again. Go to the inside this time. Urbieta thought it was a 2-all. It's 3 points now for Urrutia.
If you watch Battle Court with any frequency, you hear me say it. As a player, you want to develop your Costado so that your opponent never knows where you're throwing it. You're either throwing it inside, 2-all, straight to the outside, drop shot. Keep them guessing.
Urbieta gets it before it crosses. Hard backhand. Robote, forehand, powered inside. Catch by Urbieta. Wall to wall. Urrutia turns his back to it. Now gets out there. Snaps one. Not enough. Urbieta, great defense. The carom, wow, from the outside, opens up wide. That ties it 3-3.
Very well done by Urbieta. Good catch. And then throw the ball where your opponent's not. Urrutia goes for the 2-all, doesn't cut out. It's a fine catch. Beautifully thrown 2-all. That opened up about the 3 line, and the salute from Urrutia.
Urrutia waits for that to cross, then powers that wall to wall. Urbieta up at the 7. Just kind of lays it up. Urrutia looking to attack, picks it up. Goes down to inside. Urbieta all over this one. He scoops it up at the 10. The backhand just clears. Urrutia left side, Robote to the inside again. Urbieta with a nice reach makes the play. Drops into the corner. Robote forehand. That's
beautiful.
A powerful one. Wall to wall. Urbieta lays it up overhead. Urrutia attacking. Up at the 4 line. Drop shot. Urbieta read it. Not going to get there, though. Urrutia leads 4-3.
Urrutia doing good job mixing things up. Again, so far in this second set, Urbieta is there with him point by point. This drop shot, yeah, it took its second bounce before the 4 line. That's what you want to see.
Urbieta from the 12 line. Puts it inside. Urrutia, forehand. Oh, powers it, but right back to him. Urbieta opens for the carom. He blasts it in. 4-4 is the score. Urbieta serves.
Urrutia has got tremendous power, but he's not going to overpower Urbieta. And Urbieta turns this carom. Just beautifully done.
Catch on the inside. Here's Urbieta. Right into that corner. Not on the Robote. Urrutia gets it up, and Urbieta tipped it. Boy, had to have been thinking about a shot there. That's not one we see him miss.
Yeah, no question about it. Well, you have to with Urrutia.
5 points, possible set, and a possible match point here for Urrutia. catch by Urbieta. Wall-to-wall with that left side. Robote. Wood kept it inside, leaves a tough scoop. Urbieta saves it on the back end. What an effort. Urrutia, though, 2-all to score for the win. Point, set, and match. Urrutia takes it in straight sets, 6-4, 6-4. And adds the Fireball's second win of the game day in as many matches. Urrutia now 3-1 in singles this year. He'll have one match left to complete his singles season. Move on back over to doubles. Division 5 matchup next. Jeden and Ron against Goanaga and Flores. Game day score reflecting that win just a few moments ago by Urrutia. 3-1 in singles now after that win. And a pretty good record in doubles too. I mean, 5-1 there with Arats and 2-4 with Ron, but still plus 500 record in his first season. Not many guys have accomplished that here in Battle Court history. See the practice going on there. Jeden and Ron up against Goanaga and Flores here. Really one of the strongest teams for the Renegades going out next in a spot where they desperately need a win to stay alive and stay in this game day. We have Urrutia over in the DraftKings Players Cage ready to go after his third win of the year in singles play. There he is, Urrutia. Congratulations on another win in singles. This was your first time playing against Urbieta. How do you prepare for playing new opponents?
Yeah, it's a very difficult game because I don't have the good concentration in this game. I don't know for what, but Urbieta, that's my first game versus Urbieta. He's a good player. He's a very good player, but I'm happy to win.
Awesome, Urrutia. Great job and another win in singles. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Over to doubles here. Jeden and Ron take on Goanaga and Flores.
We had the translator and everything.
He just said, "Hey,
he was insistent." No,
I got it."
He and Lalu have been very focused on developing their English. That was great.
Developing play, on and off the court. So these guys are always
Absolutely.
working. Jeden and Ron 4-2 to begin this regular season. Goanaga and Flores, best record in the division. They're 5-1. Goanaga and Flores won the first matchup between these two teams earlier in the regular season. That was a 3-setter, though. Goanaga and Flores won 6-1 in the third set.
Ready to begin our next match? Jeden has the serve for the Fireballs. There's the backhand by Flores. Ball tipped in the backcourt. First point for Goanaga and Flores of the Renegades. Goanaga has the serve.
Goanaga's in this division specifically is one of the best shot makers on the roster. He does it a variety of ways on both sides of his body. It's going to be up to Jeden to handle this matchup. This is going to be the toughest he's faced all year.
Here's the backhand by Ron. Goanaga to the 10 line. Scoop by Jeden. Jeden from the forehand. Goanaga's there. Drop shot to the inside will score. 2 points for Goanaga and Flores. Goanaga has the serve.
Yeah. Jeden, first step was outside to defend the 2-0.
Especially with Goanaga, because again, what we were just talking about earlier, you have to have both, and Goanaga's got everything.
Yeah. You see there, kind of rounded out the route and couldn't get back in.
It's a powerful backhand by Ron. Here's Goanaga. Ron deep in the backcourt. Backhand. Caught by Goanaga. He winds up. Drop shot. Ron takes off. He will not get there before the second bounce. 3 points for Goanaga and Flores of the Renegades. Goanaga serves.
Yeah, that inside placement, it's open a lot more in doubles, and people try to score with it. I mean, look at how much space there is. Jeden's defending the 2-wall. Ron's hanging deep in the backcourt because Goanaga throws it particularly hard. That's the only space that's open on the court, and If that's going to be open, it's going to end pretty quickly.
Here's a backhand by Ron. Flores is there. Ron from the 10 line. Backhand. Ron advances. Here's a backhand from the 7. Flores, foot on the wall. Backhand from the 11 line. Ron's midcourt. Sends it deep. Rebote forehand. Scoop by Ron. Gets away from him. That's 4 points for Goenaga and Flores of the Renegades. Goenaga has a serve.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Kicking up high. Ron trying to make a scoop up above his head. You know how that works out. Sometimes you get it in the basket, but then controlling it, that's another story. 4 straight here. Goenaga and Flores playing with that sense of urgency needed by the Renegades.
There's a backhand by Ron. Flores takes it in the air. Ron from the forehand. Hard to the inside. Goenaga takes it in the air. That drop shot drops in front of the pad. First point for Jedden and Ron of the Fireballs. Jedden has the serve.
And you saw Jedden again on that 2-wall, or that Costado attempt. He was all the way on the boundary line, leaving the inside totally exposed. That's just a poor execution there by Goenaga. Not really anything that the Fireballs did there. I'd like to see him adjust and force him to beat you with the 2-wall.
There's a backhand by Ron. Goenaga has it. Backhand. Ron, fine catch off the sidewall. Keeps it inside. Goenaga is there. Ron from the 12 line. Backhand 2-all. Scooped up by Jedden. Jedden with the cortada. Stopped by Goenaga. Goenaga sends the Costado deep. Rebote missed in the backcourt. That's a 5th point for Goenaga and Flores. Possible set point. Great play by Goenaga and some unforced errors here for the Fireballs.
Yeah, getting that Costado to pass a little bit of a different spin than these players are used to. You don't see guys pass too often with that shot. That's the lesser used variation of the Costado, but on a traditional court, it works very well here. Works not as well, but still effective.
Flores with the catch. Here's the backhand from the 11 line. Ron on the forehand. Carom by Ron. Stopped by Goenaga. Cortada by Goenaga will score. Point and set for Goenaga and Flores. They win the first set 6-1. 2 minutes go up on the board. We'll come back out, play our next set.
Renegades needed some sort of response, and they got it in the form of a 6-1 first set victory there by Goenaga and Flores. What more can you say? I mean, we've seen it now over the last 2 seasons in Battle Court. I mean, these guys have just separated themselves from the rest of the teams in this division, led by Goenaga up there in the front.
Goenaga with a number of shots he goes to, and he's been doing it very successfully. Flores making the catches that he needs to make in the back, no mistakes. Drop shot, you see Jedden cutting to the outside, and just the inside is just wide open. Throw the ball where your opponent's not. Obviously a little bit more difficult to do in doubles, but there are spaces that you can find, and Goenaga found them consistently.
Look how deep he is. I mean, he's back at the 7 line. Carom here at the end doesn't open up enough, but Goenaga gets it. And then look at that sharp angle that splits him up there off the sidewall. Perfectly thrown. You know, one thing, I'd rather a guy, force him to beat you with a 2-wall. That space to the inside, you don't have to throw it all too well when Jedden's all the way to the outside and Ron's back there at the 12 line. That's an easy shot to execute for the opponent. To throw a good 2-wall that beats your opponent to the net, there's a variety of things that have to go right. First of all, you have to execute. The side wall has to respond well. The front wall has to respond. Then it's got to land in, and it can't hit the pad or sail wide. So I mentioned it's about 5 things that have to go right.
I was about to say, who knew that highlight was that complicated,
but,
right?
But simply put, you throw it to the inside there, there's too much space, and it's not a risky throw for the Renegades. Force him to beat you with a 2-wall, yeah, if he does it, you got to tip your cap to the opponent sometimes. They execute it well, but you just can't keep giving them the easiest shot over and over again.
Well, Ron had, considering that everything comes out, most things come out to the rebote here, it costs Ron nothing to move up a little bit.
Sure.
Up about the 9 line.
We'll see how they respond here in set 2, though. Jedden and Ron do have the serve.
We're ready to begin our second set. Jedden has a serve for the Fireballs. Gonaga picks a serve. Powerful Costello to the inside, stays on the wall to score. First point of the second set goes to Gonaga and Flores with the Renegades. Gonaga has a serve. That was just beautifully thrown.
It's a good counter by Gonaga. Ron stepped up, but he threw it hard, low at his feet. Tried to take it in the air and just missed it. So smart play by Gonaga here. Start off set 2.
Here's a backhand by Ron. Scoop attempt is missed in the front court. 2 points, 4. Gonaga and Flores. Gonaga has a serve.
That's coming up on Jedden so quick, and he's all alone there on the outside. Puts an immense amount of pressure to make that play, and I don't have a lot of time to react either. Snuck by him.
It's an excellent serve by Gonaga. Nice catch and return by Ron. Gonaga for the rebote. Scoop by Ron. Here's the backhand. Flores is there. Rebote left side. Gonaga has it. Costado hard to the inside. Scoop by Ron. Here's the backhand. Rebote coming right up the middle. Rebote not coming out. 3 points rather for Gonaga and Flores of the Renegades. Gonaga has a serve. Gonaga's finding every spot. I mean, every spot.
Well, every throw is, it's purposeful. And that's what I like about it. I mean, you see Ron there. He drops it again at his feet. He gets him backing up. Can't go forward front ways, and off the back wall, it drops.
Ball tipped off the serve in the backcourt. That's 4 points for Gonaga and Flores. Gonaga has a serve.
I know that was really his only option, but it certainly can be a little distracting. Someone's jumping up in front of you trying to catch that ball.
Absolutely.
It kind of distracted me a little bit. I don't know if it got you. So I can imagine Ron was too.
Here's a backhand by Ron. Rebote for Gonaga. Ron from the left side. Costalo to the inside. Caught by Gonaga. Ron, beautiful catch behind the 12 line. Here's the backhand. Gonaga's there. Drop shot will score. That's 5 points. Possible set, possible match point for Gonaga and Flores.
Just kept pushing Ron back further and further, and he got trapped behind Flores. You see here, got trapped behind Flores. He's already taking off. But it doesn't matter. If you start at the 12 line, I don't care if you have rockets attached to your feet. You're not getting there. You're not getting there.
Beautiful catch by Ron off an excellent serve by Gonaga. Rebote. Ron takes it on the bounce. Here's the backhand to the inside. Flores from the 11 line. Jedden gets in there, makes a fine catch on the backhand. He passes. Rebote left side. Beautiful catch by Ron again. Here's the backhand. Flores takes it in the air. Ron now from the 9 line. Backhand to the inside. Gonaga calls for the rebote. Ball is tipped.
Boy.
That is point. And a straight set victory for Gonaga and Flores of the Renegades, winning 6-1, 6-0.
Yeah, Renegades needed to get a win, and they deliver 6-1, 6-0. Moving quickly here already through our third match of the game day. The Fireballs lead 2-1. Coming up next, we'll move over to doubles. Lalu and Arats will take on Gosheri and Ben.
All right, boys, who we betting on?
However you bet, whoever you are, the sportsbook for every kind of player. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Game day score reflecting that win by the Renegades on the board in today's game day, courtesy of Gonaga and Flores. 6-1 now. That 5th division team in the regular season for the Renegades. Practice going on now for that 2nd division doubles matchup next. But before that, We got Goenaga and Flores over in the DraftKings Players Cage. Here they are. Congratulations, guys, on the first win for your Renegades on the game day. Some intentional throws to start off the match. Looked like you were attacking with the drop shot to the inside. Was that something that you saw on tape, or what was it that dictated that strategy for you?
No, I know that Tanar goes to the outside, so I try to keep the ball inside and low, and it worked. I think that they make more mistakes than they usually do, but we play mistake-free, and we won, and happy.
Exactly what you needed back in the game day for your first win. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
I think Goenaga's assessment was perfect.
Yeah, that's kind of, he sees it too and got to take advantage. Up next, doubles. Second division, that'll be Lalu and Arats. They'll take on Gosheri and Ben, a rematch. What we saw a little earlier in our regular season. That match was won by Lalu and Arats. 6-4, 1-6, 6-4. So went to a third set. Lalu and Arats 6-4 in that third one to take the match. Again, when Gosheri and Ben win, the results are usually pretty good, and Renegades get points on the game day. When Gosheri and Ben don't win, they have lost every game day. So we'll see what happens here. Match number 4, Lalu and Arats will be serving. There's the serve. We begin with a backhand to the inside. Catch low by Arats. Here's Gosheri over the 8. Sends it deep. Ben at the 11 line. To the inside. There's Arats. Gosheri's backed up to the 11. Plays it inside. Arats runs around it again. And coming cross court. He's got it. Gets it off just in time.
Floater on the wall. Those are tough.
Big backhand by Arats right on the wall. Gosheri takes it off. Lalu aggressively to the outside. The Philo scores for Lalu. Start off with the point for the Fireballs.
Lalu is well aware of who his competition is there in the front court. Opens up with a Philo beautifully executed. Outside placement from the Costado.
Backhand to the inside. Catch by Gosheri at the 10. He goes deep, clears the screen. Robote forehand. Play to the inside. Dropping. Gosheri comes back, makes the play. Lalu again. This time, plays it up the middle. Ben, what a catch. Karam, not enough. Will Lalu get there? He does. Returns a drop shot. Oh my, look at Ben.
What a catch by Ben.
Great body control. He makes the catch. Lalu's Robote is short. What a point.
So there was a lot of frenetic activity going on during that
certainly.
point. I saw jerseys moving in all directions and a ball somewhere in between them all. Ben did a fantastic job of getting up to the front court and just saving it. One.
Yeah. Wow. Arats picks up the serve, blasts the backhand. Ben reaching in, takes it at the 13. Lalu backed up to the 9 line, pumps it low and hard. Catch by Gosheri. This one pass, Lalu on the Robote, keeps it inside. Gosheri, Costado. It's a 2-wall. It's in, and it scores. 2-1 lead for the Renegades.
That's what Gosheri does. That's what he's been doing since the beginning here at Magic City and at Battle Court and in Battle Court. He can throw the shot from anywhere on the court.
This was a really good one.
Very well executed.
Served by Lalu. Arats comes away with it in the corner. Catch off the sidewall. Gosheri backhand 2-wall. Lalu had a cesta on it, just couldn't make the play. That is now 3 points for the Renegades.
I don't know if Arats said to take it in the air or he called him off. I'm not sure which. ball was tipped in the front court.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if
Aratz
Lalu
is-
can make that catch, you'd rather have him play the ball.
He's got the power in the front. Safer move maybe Aratz in the back. But
certainly safer. There's a backhand inside. Gaucheri comes flying in, but lost it. That's 2 points now for the Fireballs.
we do see that on occasion, the catch by Gaucheri at the side wall, but he doesn't get to, he's so fast that he doesn't get to the point of control. And that was the case there. That ball was always moving in his cesta. He never stopped it.
There's a hard serve, clean miss, and Ben comes away with it in the backcourt. Lalu into the costado, hard inside, Gaucheri all over it. Returns a splitter, look at Aratz, he takes off. Fake the carom, put it back inside, and it scores. Smart throw to tie it, 3-3.
Aratz had two choices there, 2-all or Gaucheri backpedaling. No one knows his game better than his brother.
Yeah. And Gaucheri called for Ben to get out there, which told Aratz, if you put it inside, Gaucheri's going to be backing up. You know, rarely say play the ball to Gaucheri, but that's the case where it was definitely the
It
ball.
worked, yeah.
Ben sends it high and deep past Aratz, who that died off the back wall. Lalu.
Great save.
Diving C, that one's floating up
Floater.
on the wall. Gaucheri to the outside. Lalu with the scoop on the left. There's the backhand. Coming hard up the middle. Robote left side to the inside. There's Aratz. Backhand clears the overhead screen. Robote left side. Inside placement. Aratz takes off, stops it in the air. Oh, Magic City bounce. Gaucheri stays with it, makes the play. Aratz goes up in the middle of the court. Sidearm throw, cut off again by Gaucheri. There's a powerful backhand, right to Aratz. Gaucheri back at the 10. All he can behind this one. Past Aratz. Robote for Lalu. Flowers it inside. It's dropping. Gaucheri saves it high off the front wall. Lalu comes cross court, takes it in. Softer touch on the backhand. Gaucheri now. He saves Robote.
That died.
Aratz steps up. Ben takes it off the wall. Backhand comes out low. Lalu goes up for it. Catch by Ben. He's at the 12 line. Puts it inside. Aratz gets there. Here's Ben now for the 12. Along the wall. Aratz gets it. Ben, this one coming out a little lower. Lalu able to make a play. Sidearm carom. Well, Gaucheri stops it. Gaucheri's carom is perfect. And scoring. Renegades break the tie. They lead 4-3.
Now, credit to Lalu. He went for the sidearm carom, but he needed that to open up. By open up, meaning cutting more to the outside. He hits the sidewall and the front wall, but that ball's coming basically, it's still in the boundary lines all the way back at the 8 line, 9 line. Gaucheri's got that on the right side. He's going to punish you with it.
That's a low, hard serve. Aratz picks it up off the ground. Back to the inside. Gaucheri's there. Low bullet along the wall. Stopped by Aratz again. He goes higher. Deep. Not past Ben, though. Great catch there in the backcourt. Now it's coming way out. Gaucheri stays with it. Powers it low and hard. Scooped up in the middle of the court. Here's Aratz. Low running return. Ben scoops it up back in the corner. High scoop made on the left side. Robote, inside placement, Gaucheri. Gonna let it pass. There's Ben again in the corner. One died off the front wall. Aratz has to step in from the backcourt. Sends it right back to Ben.
Great play by Aratz.
Oh, what a catch up the wall. Aratz comes down with it. Back inside for Ben now. Back to Aratz. Well, that one's dropping on the wall. Gaucheri, what a save he cleared. Lalu attacking, drop shot
Beautiful.
from the costado, scores. "4-4" is the score. Lalu and Aratz serve.
Just beautifully executed by Lalu. With Gaucheri there, you really need to throw this perfect. And by perfect, it needs to be taking that second bounce right there and not any further because Gaucheri's coming up.
And one thing that we don't talk about a lot, Gaucheri's got great offense in his catching, but he is fast, too.
Yes, he
I mean,
is.
he's top 3.
Yes, he is, no question.
Unofficially, but I can't name the other 2, but we'll safely go top 3.
We'll just say top 3.
Here's Aratz from the 10 line. Forehand crossing the wall. Gaucheri comes into the back and makes a save. No play for Lalu.
What a catch.
Rotz, rather. Looping catch back in the corner. Low runner to the inside. That's dropping. Tipped by Gaucheri. So the Fireballs take a 5-4 lead. They have a possible set point.
To Gaucheri's credit, that ball took a little bit of a wonky bounce off of the side wall. So he wasn't just scooping it off of the floor. That ball touched the side wall and came up on him, ate him up a little bit.
Oh, Gaucheri picked it, but juggling was the call. But the point's over. Juggling was the call. Point and set. Lalu and Rotz win it 6-4. 2 minutes will come back and play set 2. It's actually a really good call by the back judge, but it happened quickly.
It happened very quickly. I don't think Lalu heard the whistle.
No, that was a genuine reaction because I don't believe he heard it at all.
I don't think that Lalu heard the whistle.
You know, sometimes it's better to play through the whistle than not play enough. If
As long as everybody's facing the ball in highline, no question about that. You're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Highline Fronton in Miami, Florida. We are currently playing our 4th of 6 scheduled matches on the game day. Lalu and Rotz against Gaucheri and Ben. Lalu and Rotz will win the first set 6-4. We're currently in the break here in between our first and second sets back here in the ESPN3 DraftKings Players Cage. Some replays from that first set, a hard-fought first set. Lalu reaching in, kill shot to the outside, perfectly executed early on. Then you know Gaucheri is going to be coming back. Catch after catch, throw after throw, backhand 2-all, just off the frame of Lalu's cesta. Rotz makes a fine catch here. He's got a choice. He's got the carom. Ben's moving out to cover that. Goes with Gaucheri. Usually the more dangerous of the two. The sidearm carom did not work for Lalu. Gaucheri was right there. His carom worked perfectly. Gaucheri makes a difficult save here. Lalu extremely aggressive. Laser-like focus on the ball. This drop shot, again, Ben's fast, Gaucheri's fast, according to Andrew. In the top 3 fastest players. I'll take his word for it. Ah, there's the bobble. So here we see Gaucheri goes for the serve, but you see the ball completely out of the cesta. Yeah. And that's tough. That is very.
The judges
but think about where the judges. It's very difficult for the judges to see. Very difficult for the judges to see because that cesta, the inside of the cesta, is facing the side wall. It's facing away from the judges.
We're ready to get in set 2 here. Gaucheri and Ben will be serving to Lalu and Rotz. There's a serve. We begin. Here's a Robote forehand. Play to the inside. Dropping. Gaucheri. Inside placement. Hard one. Missed by Rotz. That'll get the Renegades on the board first to begin set 2.
Yeah, you know Gaucheri is going to be coming out firing on all cylinders for this second set, as he does always. But dropping a first set,
oh, hard serve. Rotz comes away with it. Sends it high. Ooh, a little too high up the middle. That's in the overhead screen. 2 points for the Renegades.
yeah, if you're Rotz, you want to get that ball back, as he was trying to do there. But just too high to the front wall, hit the overhead screen.
Hard serve. That one crosses. Rotz makes the play beyond the 13. Catch by Ben along the wall. There's the backhand. Off by Lalu. Here's Ben from the 11. On the inside, there's Lalu again.
What a catch.
Here's Aratz, back at the 11 line, plays it up the middle, goes Sherry, switches to the forehand. Oh, and hard, Aratz scoops it up. This one drops between them. Sherry. Thanks for Bote. Lalu cuts it off, floats the backhand into the corner, goes Sherry. Gotta lay it up. Lalu can't get there. Aratz waits on it in the backcourt. Oh, and hard, played along the wall, goes Sherry, forehand to Bote. Lalu takes off. He's got it on the costado, 2-wall. Oh, what a stop by goes Sherry, sends it back. It's gonna open, but Aratz knows where to be, makes the diving save. Goes Sherry inside placement. That'll score. Tremendous point. They get 3 in a row for the Renegades.
Just an amazing point played by all 4 players. Gaucheri with tremendous, tremendous ball control on the costado here. Lalu reaching in. He catches this ball behind him. Very difficult to make that catch, and then goes deep. We don't often see that from Gaucheri. 3-wall play from the costado. What a save by Aratz. Just tremendous. Gaucheri. Beautifully done.
Hard serve, Aratz backhand to the inside, caught by Ben at the 12. High and hard, that clears the overhead screen. Lalu, what a powerful rebote. That's dropping low. Gaucheri has to dig it out. Gets it back to the 10 line. Here's Aratz charging down the inside, fires it back to Ben. Ben now on the wall, past both fireballs. Lalu able to save the rebote. Gaucheri hooked it up the middle. Lalu able to make a play on it. Back to the inside. Ben, nice step up overhead. Aratz now at the 10. Right along the wall. Rebote left side. Lalu looking to get it, but Aratz makes the play, leaping. There's a catch by Aratz from the 11 line. Plays inside. Ben reaching in now. Powerful backhand. Not past Aratz, though. Makes the play in the middle of the court. Bote left side, higher to the inside. Lalu. Costado, inside placement. Look at Gaucheri. He's flying back in to make the play. Rebote forehand. Back to Ben. Ben now from the 11. Keeps this one low. Lalu goes up for it. Big backhand follows. Gaucheri to the outside. My, oh my. Happened quickly. That's 4 in a row for the Renegades here in set 2.
This is not advice from me, but advice that's gone to other players. Be very careful feeding Gaucheri on the rebote. Anything around the 5 or 6 line, just you don't want to be feeding Gaucheri the rebote around the 5 or 6. He's got at least 4 different ways he'll kill you, and they all hurt.
Wow, what a catch there. Aratz on the knee, makes the play. Ben from the 11 line. High and hard, anchoring that overhead screen. Lalu couldn't save the rebote. 5 in a row, the Renegades looking to take this match to a 3rd set.
Scoreboard's a little difficult to see there from the court. Looked like Lalu thought that they ran it, but
point and set. Perfect set by Gaucheri and Ben. They win it 6-0. We'll play set 2 coming up. Set 3, rather, in just 2 minutes.
Quite a serve.
Yeah. I mean, powerful, low, crossing the wall. Everything we talk about exhibited there by Gaucheri. 6-0. Here's the response by Gaucheri and Ben.
And Ben flawless in the back court catching. He just plays so well with Gaucheri, and that's not particularly easy.
Let's take a look at some replays here, too. Rebote forehand. I mean, Lalu's got a good opportunity here. The 2-wall, more of a split placement, but, I mean, look at the reflexes,
again,
the
it's
reaction.
caught behind him and high. This is not something we often see in play, but Aratz reads it perfectly. Drops this to the inside. So well done.
And then to throw a shot after that. I mean, really controlled it. Dropped it perfectly above the pad.
He did take a good picture of the court and seeing where his opponents were, and he just placed it perfectly. But this is, yeah, you can throw hard against the back wall
Yeah, quick this
all you
bam.
want, but it's so dangerous against Gaucheri. Against a number of players, but especially Gaucheri.
Hard serve here. Look at this one. Low, crossing, and scoring.
And Aratz has been flawless right up into that miss. Here we are back in the ESPN3 DraftKings Players Cage. 2 sets down. Move on to our third and final set. Scoring in Battle Court. First team to reach 6 points wins the set. First team to win 2 sets wins the match. Split sets. Third set coming up. First to 6 points will win it.
Very similar scoring to that first matchup as well. While Lou and Aratz won the first set last time 6-4, as was the case today. Then Gaucheri and Ben won the first set. Last time it was 6-1, and today you see 6-0. They always have a response, and that's, you know, a reason why the Renegades are perennial contenders every year. Coming down the stretch, they're a factor. Third set will decide this match. Lou and Aratz to serve. There's a serve by Lalou. We begin our third set with an over serve. Second one coming up. Ben handles that second serve. Backhand to the inside. Aratz has to run around it. Saves Robote high to the inside. Long run for Gaucheri. He gets back in there. Lalou with a chance. Oh, just trying to pass. Oh, bullet. Ben now on the forehand. High to the inside. That clears. Aratz backhand. Kicking up into the corner. Tough one. That's right along the wall. Gaucheri just flicked it up. That's a great play. Lalou to the outside. Gaucheri stops it, pumps it back inside. Aratz came back cross court to make that catch.
Called him off. Wow.
Here's Lalou from the 9. Karam. Oh,
wow.
My.
Waiting for confirmation on the call. Judges will confirm.
Judges are conferring here. Again, they are not looking at the replay. I believe that ball was, I mean, yeah, that replay shows it was significantly in. Okay, all right.
The call is out.
So,
and Aratz is
the call by the judge is out. The Fireballs have challenged the call. We are in an official review. Yeah, so we just saw the same replay that you all did at home, and if that is the same throw, which I believe it to be, I think this is going to be a pretty quick and easy overturn of the call of the judge there. But, you know, that's the reason why you bring in replay. You know, you make a call, you got a chance to overturn it, and that's exactly what it's for.
This is a long camera. Wow,
Yeah.
Look at that open up. Oh.
Yeah. No, you can see that's about a foot in, but that's tough for the judges. You see, I mean, the back judge, he's 95, maybe 100 feet away from the ball, and the front judge is
trying to stay out of the way.
All right, so so first point will be going to Lalou and Aratz. They lead this third set 1-0. And the Fireballs do retain their challenge if they'll need it a little later in the day. 1-0, Fireballs lead. Here's a catch by Ben in the middle of the court. Back to the inside. Oh, what a play by Aratz. There's a catch by Lalou from the 9 line to the inside. Ben reaching up into the corner. Aratz only can behind this one. Robote left side, turn powerfully up the middle. Aratz makes the stop, forehand. Let across the wall, but Gaucheri comes back in, takes it in the air. Aratz now from the outside, low runner. Gaucheri lets it pass, calls him off on the Robote, makes a save. There's Aratz on the hop, forehand. Back up the middle, it's tipped by Ben. 2 points for the Fireballs to begin.
Ben waited for the third set. That's the first one he's missed.
And right side, too.
A bit of a floater.
Yeah.
That ball was not coming particularly fast. Arat's got it past Gaucheri, and Ben just not able to bring in the forehand.
Ben's got that serve powerfully to the inside. Along the wall, Aratz makes the catch.
Beautiful throw. Look at that.
One drops in the corner, Gaucheri, powerful rebote, Lalou. Inside placement, Ben all alone. He makes the catch up high on the left side. Gaucheri takes off, he's got it. Oh, Aratz knows where to be. His carom, caught the top of the pad. That gives the Renegades their first point of the set. And a big break, too.
Yeah, what happens there is you hear footsteps. I'll tell you something. I don't know anyone on any other team in the backcourt who covers the outside like Ben. We see this every game day that the Renegades are out there. Gaucheri gets tied up on the inside, and Ben goes to the outside. Aratz hears footsteps, wants to cut it a little bit closer. That time caught the pad.
Aratz keeps this one a little lower. Gaucheri. Oh, low and hard, just above the pad. Aratz gets it. Gaucheri again for the 9. This one high and hard. Lalou up at the 4 line, turns it inside. Ben, late notice, makes the play.
Great catch.
Ball missed along the wall. It is 2-2. The Renegades have tied it up.
Tied it up. It's going point by point here in the 3rd set. That's a tough catch. Actually, they've all been tough catches.
Yeah, right along the wall. Oh, hard serve. Aratz gets there. And across the wall. This one comes shooting back out. Gaucheri. Quick turn on the rebote. Aratz back at the 11 line. Early call from Gaucheri. Gets it up the middle. Lalou. Let it pass. Here's Aratz in the back. Forehand crossing the wall. That opens up Gaucheri. Nice powerful turn, and Aratz has to make a leaping catch.
Wow.
There on the back wall. On Cortada, picked up by Lalou. Lalou hard to the inside. Ben let it pass. Gaucheri knows where to be, makes the save. Aratz now on the forehand. On the wall again. Drops between the Renegades. Gaucheri returns a 2-wall. 2 score. 3 straight, the Renegades lead.
Tremendous play again by all 4 players. Gaucheri, long, low placement. Great catch by Lalou and a near perfect throw to the corner. Just so well played again by all 4 players. And then Gaucheri finishes it off at Costado.
Powerful serve is an underserve. Second one coming up. Second serve is good. Here's Aratz. Opens up with that runner. Back inside for Ben. Nice play. Lalou, what a bullet there. Comes shooting off the back wall. Gaucheri turns it inside. Aratz now on the forehand. Starter to the inside, backing up. Aratz scoops it up. Sends it high. Back in the corner. Rebote now for Gaucheri. Keeps this one a little lower. Aratz back it up. He scoops it up. Lalou stepping in this time for the 9, keeps it low, but Gaucheri with a play, comes flying in. There's a powerful backhand. Aratz now backed into the glass. Then steps up. Powerful backhand off the wall. Aratz gets there. Gaucheri high to the inside, big bounce. Lalou missed it. Coming cross court. 4-2 lead for the Renegades.
Coming cross court, trying to make that catch on the side wall, or just right close to the side wall, is just so difficult. But again, that ball is going to take a big bounce. Aratz is more than capable of getting it on the rebote if he doesn't get it in the air.
It's under. Good catch by Ben, but a second serve coming up.
Caught that with his left hand, didn't he?
And he's a righty. No.
No, he's a lefty.
No, he's a lefty.
Yeah, he's left-handed.
I'm totally, yeah.
No,
Don't
that's
listen
all
to
right.
me.
But it's not good to catch the ball with your hand. That can hurt.
That was pretty quick. Rotz handles the second serve. Low to the inside, Robote. High to the inside off the wall.
Oh, what a catch.
Scoop. Kicking up along the wall, and it's tipped by Ben. So Lalu and Rotz get one back. That's 3 points.
That catch by Rotz was pretty impressive. I mean, taking the ball when it's moving up off of the bounce, so on the scoop, but the higher it is off of the floor when your cesta's making contact with it, just so difficult to have any type of control. Rotz did that beautifully.
Well, Ben takes in the serve. Powers it over Rotz's head. Lalu alone for the rebote. Puts it inside. Dropping. Goes Sherry. He's in along the wall. Catch by Rotz from the 10 line. He goes deep. Ben stops it in the corner. Contact in the backcourt. Lalu stays with the rebote. Puts it inside. There's Ben. Rotz now up at the 10 line, charging down the inside. Big backhand coming up to the 6, turn to the outside. Lalu's got this one, scoops it, puts it inside.
Oh,
Goes
what a
Sherry
scoop.
with a scoop of his own. And it scores. What a sequence. 5 points in a possible set, possible match point.
So, I mean,
for the Renegades.
The catch and throw by Gaucher is beautiful. This scoop by Lalu is beautiful. The throw is picture perfect, but look at this
Got
scoop.
across the wall, you know. What a scoop there.
And right to the corner, and a rare miss by Rotz. We have possible match point.
Hard serve. Rotz gets it just before it crosses. That's right on the wall. Goes Sherry. Plays it on the backhand. Robote sent back to Rotz at the 11 line. Over to the inside. Tough one. Dropping. There's Lalu. Costado. Inside placement. Ben all alone. He makes the catch. Rotz, hard as he can. Oh, look, it goes Sherry. Tremendous foot speed to cut it off on the inside. Long Rebote. Saved
Tough
by
one.
Lalu. Back to go Sherry. The 2-wall is in. Look at
Rotz read it
Rotz on the
perfect.
outside. The forehand. What a stop by Ben now. Oh, Rotz up in the front court. And he did not have control as he went to make the throw. Point, set, and match. The Renegades take it in the third set. 6-3. Tie up the game day. How about that response? Fireballs won the first 2 matches. The Renegades come back with 2 of their stronger teams. Godog and Flores with the win, and then go Sherry and Ben. Take it in 3 sets, knotted up 2 wins apiece as we move into match 5. That'll be singles Cabrera against Stan.
Tremendous match.
Game day score reflecting that win by the Renegades. We got a game day now, 2-2. See where these teams stack up in our season-long standings. Fireballs in first, the Renegades tied for second. But a game day win by the Renegades would push them into a tie for first place with the Fireballs. Match number 5 up next, 5th Division singles. That'll be Stan against Cabrera. But before we get to that, we're going to hear from our winners, Go Sherry and Ben. Last time out, losing in 3 sets to Lalu and Rotz, but this time in a critical spot. They get a much-needed win for their team. Congratulations, guys. Go Sherry and Ben with the win. Again, last time out, it was a 3-set loss. What was the difference today to turn the result in your favor?
I know for me personally, I went back and I watched that loss a couple times before the day, and I knew if I cleaned up a couple things, and I have to focus more than anybody on the court because I'm the worst player on the court. But I know, again, as long as I got this monster in front of me and I put him in the right positions, he'll take us home. And fortunately, we did that today.
Well, it's a great comeback, guys. 2 matches left on the game day. We'll see what happens. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Well, one team can secure at least a tie in this next match, and that'll be Fifth Division singles between Cabrera of the Fireballs and Stan of the Renegades. Cabrera this season undefeated in singles with a record of 3-0. Stan, he's 1-1. His only win this year came in singles play. Ladies and gentlemen, ready to begin match number 5 of the game day. Cabrera will be serving to Stan.
Cabrera serves. We begin with an ace. Cortada serve, scoring for Cabrera. He's first up on the board here for the Fireballs.
Yeah, those Cortada serves, I mean, giving a lot of people trouble, but particularly Stan today. Didn't have a great showing that first time around. Struggled just, I mean, the catching wasn't really there, so. And if you're not fully confident, the last thing you want to see is a Cortada serve.
There's the backhand by Stan. Rebote forehand. Light touch. Stan's there. Backhand. Rebote forehand by Cabrera. Off the tip of the cesta of Stan. 2 points for Cabrera of the Fireballs. He serves.
Yeah, a little earlier in that point, Stan had it well in the front court and Cabrera was backing up. You got to, if you're Stan, got to throw the shots. You know, Cabrera's not going to give you much. He's the best defensive player in this division, so you can't throw it anywhere close to him. You got to throw it away from him. And particularly shots with a soft touch might work well in this match too.
Here's the backhand by Stan. Cabrera from the 10 line. Backhand 2-all with a light touch. Is caught before the second bounce by Stan. He goes high and passes. Rebote, save by Cabrera. Good positioning. Here's Stan. Stan, drop shot, got him. Stan has a point and the serve for the Renegades.
Well, that's where Stan is dangerous. I mean, he's going to stay up there in the front court. We've seen that in singles. You know, a player that doesn't like to, you know, move around all too much and doesn't spend a lot of time up in the front. This could be an uncomfortable matchup. You see the drop shot there, second bounce by the full line, but he didn't even move.
Backhand 2-all lands in and scores 3 points. For Cabrera of the Fireballs, he serves.
Stan probably thinking, well, he just threw me a backhand 2-all. He's not going to go for it again.
It's Cabrera.
That's the time to throw it.
Yes,
yeah,
he will.
And he gets it to open up even more this time.
Especially he sees, look,
I mean,
Stan
that's
moving
3 to
right
4.
to the inside.
I mean, he's still lunging as that ball is, yeah. Those are some pretty.
That's the time to throw it.
Yeah, pretty big lunges there.
Here's the backhand by Stan to the inside. Cabrera's there. Costado, 2-all, caught the pad. 2 points for Stan of the Renegades. He has a serve.
Surprised Cabrera was the one that shot that so quickly. That was a difficult catch he made over his head anyway, and I can't imagine he had full control, which is maybe why he dropped it just a little low into the pad.
Excellent catch by Cabrera off a good serve by Stan. That ball's tipped back here at the 10 line. 4 points for Cabrera of the Fireballs. He serves.
A little difficulty with the sidewall today, but you know, that's the intent. Put every ball close to the wall, makes it difficult to catch, but Cabrera doing a great job there. Leads back to 2.
There's the backhand by Stan. Oh, a chula. Stan has 3 points and the serve. Yes, so the ball hits that spot either low on the back wall, very low on the back wall, or the crack in between the floor and the back wall. We'll see what it does here. Yeah, that crack right between the floor and the back wall where they come together steals all the bounce out of that ball. Low, hard backhand will score for Cabrera. Cabrera has 5 points, possible set point.
I mean, really, just the basic stuff today for Stan isn't working. I mean, the catching, we haven't seen him like this since maybe the first week or so. But even then, I mean,
it's just been off today.
Yeah, I mean, 3 or 4 missed balls in this set. I mean, he's thrown a couple good ones. He's right there with Cabrera. Just got to clean up those unforced errors.
Here's the backhand. Robote left side, 2-all. Stan to the outside. He makes the stop. Karam return, well thrown by Stan to score. 4 points for Stan. Cabrera with 5. Still possible set point for Cabrera.
Well, when Stan's got it on the outside, it makes killing the point a lot easier. You know, you want to put some pressure on him. I mean, when he's got it on the outside, he's got a drop shot, he's got the carom, he's got the cortada. Way too much space there. And another quick 2-all by Cabrera off the rebote.
Powerful backhand by Cabrera. Stan on the backhand. Rotate left side. Stands there, winding up. 2-all. Cabrera makes the catch on the forehand. Forehand played, 2 pass. Stan on the move. Robote hooked low. Point and set for Cabrera of the Fireballs, winning the first set 6-4. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out and play our next set. So Cabrera taking the first set 6-4 for the Fireballs. Fireballs and the Renegades tied as far as the game day score. We're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida. We're currently in our 5th of 6 scheduled matches on the game day. Here's some replays from that first set, a singles match. Cabrera with that backhand 2-all. This one stopped well by Stan, and he gets it past Cabrera. Cabrera gets back in there, makes a save. That drop shot will score. Backhand 2-all here. You see Stan moving to the inside. And as he's moving to the inside, Cabrera with the backhand 2-all. Well done. Two-all rebote. Stopped by Stan. He returns a carom. That scores.
That catch right there by Cabrera was a tough one. Kind of skipped on him. His right side is certainly not his preferred side. And
right.
And Robote is hooked. It's a tendency there. Probably a little closer than Cabrera would have wanted, but still able to close out that set 6-4.
About 30 seconds to go before we begin our second set.
And look, I mean, Stan has proven that he can throw some shots. I mean, the way he
beat
Gallo, heavy shots, move the defense around. I mean, the only thing with Cabrera is, I mean, 2-wall defense, which, I mean, as a backcourter, you don't get a lot of reps. You don't practice that a bunch. So defending the shots is probably the only weakness, if you can say it. So see if Stan can take advantage here in set 2. Stan will have that serve.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin our second set. Stan has a serve for the Renegades. There's a serve. We begin. Backhand 2-all. That works. Cabrera on the board first for the Fireballs here in the second set. He serves.
It's a perfect counter to an aggressive play. You know, you want to come out, start off the second set strong, but this is a momentum killer and a backbreaker here. I mean, again, 2 steps Stan takes to the inside before he recognizes it. Then by that time, it's too long of a run.
There's a backhand by Stan. Cabrera from the 9 line. This one on the forehand of Stan. He sends it deep. Robote out there floating. Cabrera makes a save. Stan on the catch. There's the backhand. Robote forehand 2 pass. Well played by Cabrera. 2-all by Cabrera will score. 2 points for Cabrera of the Fireballs. He serves.
Boy, again, Stan had it up there in the front court and just decided to pass. And then this is what we see later on in the point. Now Cabrera's on the attack, gets it on the Costano and shoots a 2-all.
Really well done.
Again, coming in as the underdog, take those chances, go for it. But, you know, to try to rally and put one high to the inside like that against Cabrera, he's going to be there all day.
Here's the backhand by Stan. Rebote, 2-all. Stan gets to the outside, makes the play. Beautiful catch by Cabrera. Backhand 2-all, lands in and scores. That's 3 points for Cabrera of the Fireballs. He serves.
Again, he caught Stan being a little too aggressive. So he shoots the 2-all. Stan's got it on the outside, but just puts it back in play right to Cabrera. I mean, if he catches it in the air, that's not a great throw. And then the backhand 2-all by him again.
He was moving back to the inside. Well done. Good read.
Yeah, those forehands, rather throw them lower and softer than high and hard.
Difficult catch by Cabrera at the side wall. Big backhand follows. Rebote comes out to the 7 line. Turn 2-alls, but out of play by Stan. That's 4 points for Cabrera of the Fireballs. He serves.
Trying to make something happen off the rebote with a shot there. The 2-all hasn't worked for him front ways, and that time off the rebote just a bit wide.
The ace.
Great serve.
Will score for Cabrera. He has 5 points, possible set, possible match point.
Got the spot on the side wall just before Stan got his cesta there. Perfect, just perfect. This is typical Cabrera here. Changed his single style and now 5-0. 1 point away from closing out the match.
Here's the backhand by Stan. Stopped by Cabrera at the 10 line. Big backhand follows. Rebote. Rebote left side by Stan. Cabrera's midcourt, winds up. The 2-all hit the pad. There'll be no shutout in the second set. Stan has a point and the serve for the Renegades.
Cabrera caught him going the other way. Just a matter of did it have enough height to reach the front wall? Answer no. Extends the match here at least a point.
Fault, underserved. Battle court rules allow for a second serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. That 2-all caught the pad. That's a second point for Stan of the Renegades. He serves.
Well, it's 2 shots in a row. If they hit, they score. But you catch the pad. That's now 2 for Stan, and we're still going here. I mean, just playing the ball to the inside, letting the point develop a little bit has suited Cabrera a little bit more. But he's trying to end it in style.
There's a backhand by Cabrera, powerfully thrown. Rebote, that rebound off the back wall, saved by Stan. Caught by Cabrera. Cabrera to the outside, great catch by Stan. Stan's 2-all is out. Point, set, and match for Cabrera. Taking it in straight sets, 6-4, 6-2.
So with that win, the Fireballs, 3 wins. They've secured at least a tie of the game day today. Coming up next, it'll be Arrutier and Arats against Gaucheri and Urbieta. Wow, what a match here to decide the game day result. If the Fireballs win it, they'll win the day. If the Renegades win, they'll end in a tie. That's coming up in just about 2 minutes. Bradley on the move, breaking, he got there, blast the forehand, everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit. Gaucheri up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop!
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
Gaucheri picks it up in the front court, whips it inside. Another one! Game day score reflecting that win by Cabrera. His team steps out ahead going into our final match of the game day. So the Fireballs will stay in first place after today for sure. Just a matter of how many points they'll end up with. Cabrera securing at least a tie with that win in singles. Here he is, Cabrera, another win now, 4-0 on the season. One thing that I noticed in that match was when you go to throw the backhand 2-wall, it looks like you take a picture in the back wall and assess. What exactly are you looking for when you look back there?
I'm not looking at all. Don't give away my secrets.
All right, magician never reveals his secrets. Thank you very much, Cabrera.
Yeah, I take a peek every time. Normally, when someone serves, they'll tend to cut in because they're not expecting a shot like that. So anytime I see someone dart towards me, I'll try to shoot it.
It worked out again for you today. Perfectly done. Congratulations on another win in singles.
Thank you, guys.
I had a feeling maybe he was going to say that. Final match.
Did you? Okay.
I say that.
Well, you were right.
Urrutia and Arats will take on Gaucheri and Urbieta. But they tell you, just because you know the answer doesn't mean you don't ask the question. You know, see what they'll reveal. Urrutia and Arats 5-1. Gaucheri and Urbieta 5-1. Game day hanging in the balance here, a good one. Renegades need the win to tie the game day. The Fireballs win, they'll win it outright. We are ready for our final match. Urrutia and Arats will serve to Gaucheri and Urbieta. There's a serve. We begin our final match. Backhand to the inside. Catch by Urbieta. There's Arats. Backhand. Sherry goes deep. Arats from the 13 line. Pulls it in. Back up the middle for Urbieta now. Here's Arats from the 12. Puts this one a little higher. Urbieta waits on it. One just out of reach. Late notice. Urrutia pushed it outside. Gaucheri. What a catch by Arats. Pulls it in as it crossed the sidewall. Urbieta flips it back up. Now Arats. Urbieta from the 11. A little bit higher. That clears the overhead screen. Urrutia. Right side rebote. He missed it. Renegades get the first point. Here's Arats on the left side. Backhand stopped along the wall by Urbieta. Arats now at the 13. Urbieta goes up for it again. There's Urrutia now back at the 10 line. Cuts it off. Powers it wall to wall. Gaucheri backpedaling quickly. Fires it inside, but right to Arats. A little higher backhand 2-wall. Urbieta makes the catch. It's Cortada. Wow, what a stop by Urrutia just before the second bounce. Gaucheri plays it up the middle. Arats now calls him off, makes the catch, lays it along the wall. There's Urbieta. Tough catch back there in the corner. Arats lays it up on the wall. Gaucheri has to save it on the back end. Urbieta trying to pass. Arats leaping grab back behind him at the 13 line. That's right on the wall. Urbieta takes it off. Sends the backhand deep. Here's the rebote. Rebote forehand to the outside. Gaucheri stays with it. High off the front wall. Arats. That one clears. Arats makes the save. Forehand. That's a 3-wall play. Urrutia knows where to be in the middle of the court. That's a high 2-wall. Gaucheri has it in the air. 3-wall to the outside. Arats perfect positioning. Now fires it inside. Back to Urbieta. One settle back down now. Rebote left side. Turned inside. Urrutia comes cross court and returns a drop shot to score. It's 1-1. Tied up.
All 4 players are warm from earlier.
The spaces to kill it are going to be difficult to find for both front quarters here. Rutia takes just enough off of that. More of an inside placement than a drop shot, but soft enough to score. Oh, man, you don't like to see that.
Sherry got hit with the serve. That will be a loss of point. The Fireballs have 2. Renegades with 1. Sir, hopefully go Sherry. I mean, he just took it straight to the ribs.
No, this was a very hard serve, too.
No.
It looks like he got assessed.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't make a difference if he got assessed in the way, even if he got a finger. That came fast.
Hard serve again. This one past Gaucheri. Urbieta handles from the backcourt. Plays it inside. Leaping catch by Rotz. Rotz there at the 13 line. Plays it inside. Caught overhead by Urbieta. Rotz again, this time for the 12 line. Floats it up. Trying to pass, and he does. Robote forehand, pumped inside, right back to Rotz. All the wall this time. Gaucheri turns it to wall. Urrutia's got it on the outside of the court. His carom return from the outside scores. 3-1 lead.
Urrutia's being very thoughtful in his play. There's really no question that he's keenly aware of who he's playing against in the front court. Gaucheri is standing mid-court. He throws a carom that opens up about the 4 line.
Wow, Urbieta keeps that one on the left. Low runner return, stays low, and Rotz has to scoop it up. Catch along the inside by Urbieta. Sends it deep. Catch by Rotz. My, what a play. Urbieta from the 11 line to the inside. Cut off by Urrutia. Urrutia wall to wall. That's coming way out. Gaucheri turns it inside powerfully. Rotz lets it pass. Digs it out on the back end. Gaucheri another one. This time to the outside. And it scores. What a throw. That's 2 for the Renegades.
Yeah, I'd say the most dangerous place in this building anywhere right now is the court, especially in front of the 5 line. Both of these front quarters are just... We know Gaucheri's power. We're beginning to learn Urrutia's power.
Back to the inside. Urbieta, that crosses the wall. Gaucheri, left side rotate, save. Scooped up.
Tipped.
But then tipped. Tried to scoop it. 3 points.
Urrutia has been, for the most part, spot on where that left side is concerned. His ability to position himself and stop the ball has been impressive throughout the day. You got a Rotz back there, so.
Catch by Gaucheri along the inside. He powers it just down to reach of Rotz. Urrutia switches to the right. Saves the Robote. That one kicking up and out. Robote. Forehand by Gaucheri. Hooked above the pad. And tipped by Urrutia. That's 4-3 in favor of the Renegades. Gaucheri and Urbieta.
That's something that we haven't seen. 2 misses in the front court. Urrutia obviously frustrated. Again, well within his catching ability. It's just a miss.
Powerful serve, handled off the sidewall. There's a Rotz. Urbieta waiting for it at the 12 line, puts it along the wall. Rotz takes it off. Nice catch. Hard backhand follows. There's a catch by Rotz from the 12 line to the inside. Urbieta keeps this one a little bit lower. Urrutia takes it in. Catch up at the 11 line, backhand to the inside. Rotz again. catch on the inside by Gaucheri from the 9. Pumps it low and hard, and it scores right along the wall. 5 points, possible set point for Gaucheri and Urbieta. Wow, what a catch there, low on the left side of Arats. Gaucheri from the 9. Arats on the 11. Catch by Urbieta. Sit low, crosses the wall. Arats comes away with it. A powerful backhand there. Rabote forehand, played up the middle. Urbieta switches to the left. High, hard backhand. One coming out again. Urrutia left side, high to the inside. Urbieta with a great read, caught in the air. Tough scoop by Arats, backing up into the corner. Here's Gaucheri now. Powers it from the 9 line. Arats backhand. Urbieta now. Sends this one a little bit higher. Urrutia takes off. Rabote to the inside. Urbieta right there. Rabote left side again. Urrutia couldn't get that one in the air. Lets it pass to the backcourt. Arats plays it along the wall. Urbieta right there again. Takes it off. Gaucheri called him off. Rabote played inside. Arats,
Great catch by
terrific
Arats.
body control. Comes away with it. Ryan Rabote to the inside. Gaucheri. Drop shot. Arats early. And he got there to the outside. There's a scoop by Gaucheri. Forehand will score for the set. What a way to close it out. 6-3. Renegades win it. 2 minutes. We'll play set 2.
Arats got assessed on that.
Yeah.
I mean, that ball was coming back fast, and Arats had moved all the way up front. What a great effort. Just tremendous effort.
Yeah, well played set. Maybe not as offensive as we expected at the beginning with Gaucheri and Urrutia.
He's checking his, yeah, he did get hit.
It looks like he got caught in the arm, that elbow. Tucked inside.
Some replays from that first set. Here's a Rabote by Gaucheri, caught by Urrutia. Urrutia's inside placement. Drop shot, inside placement. It scores. This is the,
Yeah, boy. He just ate that. I mean, that's pretty impressive. I mean,
well, the serve was coming particularly fast. So apparently his non-throwing arm.
yeah, that ball is, I mean, it's dense, and it's coming in fast. Urrutia's got one of the most powerful right sides, so, you know, it's not like I'm out there throwing it at Gaucheri.
No, when I originally came up with the comparison of the hockey puck,
I
in
think
2018, that's the best. I mean, you do not want to be hit with this ball.
Well, you see what the hockey puck does. I mean, players dive in front of it all the time in hockey, and they come away with, I mean, missing teeth, broken bones. I mean, you name it.
Oh, and
We've
this we
seen it,
know.
yeah.
Inaki took one of these. In fact, from Gaucheri. Well, sorry, it wasn't a drop shot, but this
A
shot
fe-
right here, he took a philo to the wrist and broke his ulna.
Oh, there's that one-handed effort along the wall, and Arats, rare frustration. Lost his first match today, and he's been a big reason why this Fireballs team has
100%.
turned it around after the first few game days. I mean, these guys haven't lost a game day since the 27th of January. They have 1 game day loss all year, 3 ties, and 5 wins.
Yeah, the Fireballs have really been standout as far as a team that, look, you didn't know how it was going to come together. Take Arats away from Gaucheri for the first time since we began Battle Court. 2 new players in Urrutia and Lalu. Cabrera in his 2nd season. It's come together beautifully.
For the Renegades, too, I mean, not a lot of losses. They got 3 wins, 2 losses, and like 5 ties. Only 1 loss for the Renegades since January as well. Second set ready to begin. Urrutia and Arats will serve to Gaucheri and Urbieta. There's the serve. Set 2 begins with an underserve. First fault, second one coming up. Second serve is good. Urbieta, low runner to the inside. Arrutia comes cross court, makes a stop. Sends it high and hard. Rebote forehand played inside. Arats backing up. He makes the catch. Arats back beyond a 13. That one kicks off the side wall. Urbieta stays with it. Softer touch to the inside. Arats back in. Rebote left side. Arrutia attacking. Gets it. Shoots a 2-wall. That's out. So Sherry and Urbieta get the first point of set 2.
Aggressive play by Arrutia. And you see, against Gaucher, you have to throw it. If you're going to throw the 2-wall, you have to get it to open up because he's out there.
Hard serve. Wow, look at Arrutia. Stands in, whips it inside. There's the scoop by Urbieta.
Did you see him move side to side? Or was that me? Well, I mean, am I saying things? Wow, okay.
Oh, that was incredible. Backhand here by Urbieta. Makes a stop at the 12 line. Laid along the wall. Drops between them. Arrutia, left side, Rebote save. Stopped up overhead, Urbieta. Plays it on the left side, Arrutia. Backhand opens up. Urbieta tracks it down. High to the inside. That's a 3-wall play. Arrutia knows where to be. He makes the save. Urbieta runs around this one. Backhand just out of reach of Arats. Arrutia digs it out. Gaucher looking for it.
Smart play by Gaucher.
Lets it pass to the back. Arats now comes away with it. Floats it. That clears. Back to Urbieta. Costado, that clipped a bit. Urbieta takes off to the outside, sends it over their heads. 3-wall play. Arrutia saves another Rebote. Urbieta now. High off the front wall, cut off by Arats. Backhand. Dropping low, Urbieta gets it. That one's coming way out. Arrutia off his footing, drops it inside, right back to Urbieta. Arats now. Same spot, even harder. Still not passing though. Urbieta goes up for it. A clip off the wall. Arats steps up again. He's at the 11. High and hard to the inside. Rebote forehand played by Gaucher. Arrutia with a chance. Splitter. Scoop by Gaucher. 2-wall by Gaucher. Stopped by Arrutia. By the carom ball is picked off by Urbieta. What a play and a scoop by
It's still
Arats.
going.
Back to even now. Here's Urbieta along the inside from the 11 line. Catch by Arats.
That's crazy that Arrutia didn't duck when just before when yeah, okay.
Here's backhand to the inside. Gaucher comes flying in. Sends it deep. Not enough. Arats makes the play.
Same point.
Rebote left side, firing up the middle. Arats looking to get out there to save the Rebote. He does, but Gaucher, looking to attack. He dropped it. What a point. We're tied 1-1.
Wow, tremendous point. Tremendous play by all 4 players.
You're not going to see a crazier sequence here. 2-all.
Look at
Pretty
this.
good one. Arrutia stops
catch.
it.
Arrutia, tremendous catch. Ball on the tip, fires it back. This is where Arrutia needs to duck. But there was no ducking. There was standing straight up facing the back.
Didn't even blink.
I did.
Yeah, we did, certainly. Urbieta stops that serve. Starts off with a backhand to the inside. That's right on the wall. Rebote save. Gaucher to the outside. The field is perfect. Oof. Renegades retake the lead 2-1. Oh, that's vicious.
Gaucher's got so much control on this Costado. He executes it so beautifully and just pinpoint accuracy to the outside.
Fault under serve. Came up short of the 4 line. Second serve coming up. Catch by Urbieta, backhand to the inside. There's Arats. Trying to pass. Urbieta makes the catch. Backhand inside. Arats again. Gaucheri, Costado. Played up the middle. Arats is there. Forehand. Not across the wall, but Gaucheri, tremendous foot speed, cuts it off. Sends the backhand wall to wall. Rebote by Urrutia. Urbieta waiting for it. Back to the 13 line. To the inside. Tough catch. Brought in by Arats. Gaucheri off his footing, saves the rebote. Urrutia, top shot to the inside, kind of a long one. Urbieta got up there. But the inside, this one's got to bounce. Urbieta controls it. Well, bullet. Urbieta now climbs the wall and comes down with the ball. Back to Urrutia. After touching the inside, Urbieta, another one. Backhand, wall to wall. Urrutia just does get out there, plays it right back to Urbieta. Gaucheri comes into the backcourt, makes the rebote save. Arats on the hop, controls it at the 9. Back inside, Urbieta. Now Urrutia up at the 7. Plays it up the middle. Gaucheri, that's right on the wall. Tough save as it crossed late. Now Arats, diving save, takes Urbieta to the outside. Quick bounce, catch on the outside, forehand. Urrutia calls him off. In position, he makes the save. Urbieta forehand, that one dropping low. Urrutia with a chance, 2 wall, 2 wide. That opens up a 3-1 lead for the Renegades.
A little too aggressive. That's all it is. It's just a little too aggressive.
Backhand to the inside. What a stop there by Gaucheri. Backhand. Caught by Arats along the inside. Urbieta from the 11. Passing Arats. Urrutia alone for the rebote. Makes a save. Look at Gaucheri. Oh, that philo. Hooked it. Caught the pad, and the pad is bad. 2 points for the Fireballs.
We don't often see that mistake happen from Gaucheri, but...
No, he wanted it badly, and he sent that into the lower portion of the pad. That's not a miss we see.
Yeah, it's a hook.
Urbieta comes away with the serve. Floats it along the wall. Arats back up at the 13. Makes the play. There's Arats now, trapped in the corner. Sends it out. Back to Urbieta, though. Arats from the 11. Backhand, trying to pass. Urbieta goes up for it. Oh, what a stop. Contact with the side wall. Arats makes the play. Gaucheri now at the 9. Oh, fires this one about as far as he can up to the 3 line. For Bote, back to Urbieta in the middle of the court. Urrutia cuts it off again. His backhand's a low runner. Yeah. Scoop missed. That'll tie it, 3-3.
There's just a different speed in pace in this game, even than there was with Lalu that we saw earlier. Always with Gaucheri, you always see that.
Catch in the middle of the court by Urbieta, sends it deep. Not past Arats. Great catch beyond the 13. Urbieta to the inside, that's crossing the wall. Urrutia makes a save on the bounce, picked up high by Urbieta. Catch along the wall, you heard the contact again, backhand. Oh, my, Urbieta, even better catch. Here's Urbieta back at the 13 line. Passing Arats, Robote coming out. Saved high on the left side. Gaucheri looking forward. He attacks. Plays it up the middle. Arats let it passage. Dropping. He saves a 2-wall. It lands in. And it scores. 4 points for Rutia and Arats.
So the judge is a stationary part of the court no matter where it is. The judges cannot be part of interference.
You saw how high that kicked up, too.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any way Urbieta would have got to it. Back on the inside, Arats from the 11. Sends it high and hard. Urbieta ducks out of the way. Gaucheri saves the Robote. Arutia's got it up in the front. Just sends it to pass. Gaucheri off his footing, turns it to the inside. Arats. Tough Robote save up overhead. On the bounce, Gaucheri controls it. 2-wall. Scoop by Arutia. Powers it inside. My, what an attempt on the Robote, but that's missed. 5 points. Possible set point for the Fireballs. Looking to take this match to a third set.
This is the fastest we've seen the ball go on the court, I'll say, since World Super Court and our good friend Emmanuel Lopez was out here.
Oh, wow. Look at this one.
I mean,
great effort, too, by Urbieta.
both, to try to make something happen.
He had to
with
start
that.
the swing as the ball was passing him the first time.
Going into the corner. I mean, it's just, this ball is warm and it is flying. And the control, again, by all 4 players is just beyond impressive.
Hard serve, takes Urbieta to the outside, low runner. Arats thought about it, lets it come out. Arutia saves it to the outside. Catch by Urbieta. Low bullet, stopped by Arutia. Inside placement, a tough one. Gaucheri comes up from the front court, makes the save. Backhand by Urbieta to the inside, cut off by Arats. Robote left side, little clip on the 2-wall, stopped by Urbieta. Urbieta sends it up both players' heads. Arutia's waiting for the Robote, just drops it inside. Backhand along the wall, dropping Urbieta. Not gonna let it come out, makes the play. Again, that one right in the corner. Robote left side, little clip. Arats steps up. Forehand, low and hard. Urbieta backing up. He makes the catch on the forehand. Plays it along the wall. We got a Rutian out, cuts it off. Backhand up the middle. Just comes shooting off the back wall. Gaucheri turns it powerfully. Arats stays with it.
Look at that catch.
Gaucheri flying in at the 9-line. Backhand along the wall. Arats steps up. Powerful return. Not past Urbieta. Makes the play. Another Robote. This one higher to the inside. Pass Gaucheri. Urbieta alone in the backcourt makes the catch. Another 3-wall. Rutia hooks this one up the middle. Urbieta now at the 12-line. High to the inside, cut off. Here's Arats. Left side Robote by Rutia. Keeps it along the wall. Urbieta. Passing both fireballs. Robote saved by Rutia. Back inside. There's Urbieta. Arats reaching in, sends it deep. Urbieta waiting for it there at the 12. One to drop between them. Robote left side again. Gaucheri tipped it. Point and set. We're going to a third set coming up here in just 2 minutes.
My, oh my, a match deserving of a third set. So many are. This one is. Split sets. Gaucheri winning the first set 6-3 with Urbieta. Rutia and Arats winning the second set 6-3. Split sets will move on to a third and final set in just 2 minutes. Some replays, including this perfect outside placement in the costado of Gaucheri. Rutia definitely coming into his own here in this second set. Some mistakes in that first set, a few missed balls, but he and Arats playing pretty much well flawlessly here in this second set. Now, so question, folks. Is that interference? The answer is no. The judges are part of the court, as if it was a tree that could move, standing on the side of the court. A player can interfere with another player. That could be that can constitute interference. But judges are never part of an interference call. That ball in the corner, I give Urbieta full credit that he even got assessed near it. That just, again, the ball having a little extra zip that, you know, in year 7 of Magic City and in this season of Battle Court and the World Super Court tournament during the summer, it's rare that we see things that, you know, that are new that we haven't seen before. We did see something a little extra in World Super Court. And Jairo and Lopez, of course, winning World Super Court 2024. And Lopez bringing a little something extra that we had not seen before, which was just a bit more zip. Yes, and by zip, the ball moving faster, even than when he played Battle Court before. And that's what we're seeing today here with Urrutia and Gaucheri.
Explosive front court play and tremendous defense back behind him. Back court for the Renegades are Urbieta. Whichever way you slice it, I mean, he's one of the best catchers on the roster. Division I here, Division III with Goanaga. He's been a great addition to this Renegades team. I mean, talk about having to replace a Rotz. Pretty big shoes to fill.
Absolutely.
Urbieta's got the right type of mindset. I mean, he's willing to stand back here for hours and just catch one ball after another.
I got the best view in the house right now. I got Gaucheri and his younger brother, Arat, smiling at each other, knowing how hard they fought against each other.
Second match of the day between the brothers. First one went the way of Gaucheri. And the winner of this set will win the match. If the Fireballs win it, they win the game day. If the Renegades win this set, game day will end in a tie. There's a serve by Gaucheri. Our final set is underway. With a backhand to the inside, Gaucheri. Flying catch up overhead. This one comes shooting off the back wall. Rabote saved just above the pad. Gaucheri, inside placement. Arat elected to get out there, and he saves the Rabote. Nice play. That kicked up. Urbieta controls it on the outside. Three-wall play. Urrutia in perfect position. Saves it high on the left side to Urbieta. A little splitter. Urbieta takes off, gets out there. Forehand above his head. Urrutia comes cross court, makes a stop in the air. Urbieta now at the 11 line, slows things down for the moment. Back to Arat. Catch, tough one in the corner there at the 13 line. It's it back. Arat's line further is at the 12. That one dying into the corner. Gaucheri's got to dig it out. Urrutia attacking up high on the left side. Hooked it. Almost hit himself. Urbieta makes the play.
That was a good duck.
He's almost got hit. He almost hit himself. Got hit by the opponent. Good control there by Gaucheri. Plays it along the wall. Arat sends it deep. Gaucheri, powerful Rabote to the inside. Scoop by Arat. Left side Rabote to the inside. Arat goes up again from the 10. Urbieta gonna run around this one from the backhand. Towards the inside, cut off by Urrutia. Arat's there at the 12 line, plays it inside. Urbieta thought about it. Long Rabote. Gaucheri powers it. Arat has to climb the wall, but he comes down with the ball. Big backhand there by Urbieta. Urrutia hooked it into the pad. Trying to get the outside placement. That's a point for the Renegades. Gaucheri and Urbieta to start off set 3.
We saw the same thing happen with Gaucheri earlier. Again, front quarters that we know can hit the glass. Going for that shot. Again, the opposing front quarter puts a little extra who you're playing against. Will put a little extra pressure on you. That was the case there.
A powerful serve. Urrutia's got it. Drop shot. Look at Gaucheri. Crashes into the wall. No regard, and he gets it off in time. What a play. Back to the inside. Scooped up by Urbieta. Low runner inside. Scooped by Arat. He went into that wall hard.
Yes, he did.
Catch by Arat. Back there at the 13 line. Gaucheri stays with it, calls him off, plays the Rabote high to the outside. Arat runs under it, forehand, lower hand, harder. Urbieta now. It's a tough save. He made it. Urrutia attacking up high on the left side. There's a drop shot, quick release. Oh, he's got there. Almost got it off, but that's a scoring for the Fireballs to tie it 1-1.
And Gaucheri shook the building. Literally, our building.
I mean,
this court.
This.
I mean, look, yeah, this is perfectly
Oh,
executed.
that was the second one.
Yeah, I mean, that is perfectly executed by, again, he's not really going with the drop shot as we know it. It's more inside placement.
Yeah.
Low and inside. Urbieta's been stopping it. That was all for Gaucheri, though, but, man, the effort.
Oh, low runner there by Urbieta. Gaucheri ducked and Arantz scooped it up.
I like a good duck. It's safe.
Back into the corner, Arantz. Oh, what a catch there at the 13 line. Gaucheri goes up for it. Cuts it off. Powerful backhand. Arantz stands in the corner. Catch by Arantz there on the left side. Goes deep. Gaucheri comes into the backcourt, has to make a save. Urrutia couldn't get there. Arantz charging in from the back. Tries to get it along the wall. Urbieta now. High and hard. Catch by Arantz. Strong backhand. Arantz steps out of the way. Urrutia rather plays the rebote. Here's Gaucheri. Hard up the middle. Arantz with the high scoop. Backhand. Gaucheri. Great foot speed again. Under it to cut it off. Back to Arantz. Backhand. Inside placement for Urbieta.
What a catch.
What a catch there. Backed up to the glass. Floats one up. Urbieta steps away. Gaucheri powers the rebote up the middle. Arantz. Good patience. Saves it on the back end. Big bounce. Urbieta waits for it, but dropped it. Ran out of space here in the backcourt. That is 2 points in the lead for the Fireballs.
Again, you wait a long wait waiting for Urbieta to miss a ball. In that case, just ran out of court.
Urbieta starts it off with a backhand inside. Urrutia, let's get out there for the rebote. Gaucheri attacking, leaps it along the wall. What a save attempt.
Tremendous effort.
Got assist on it, but it comes up short. Renegades get one back. We're tied 2-2.
2-2 in the third set. I mean, you really got to maintain your composure and focus. We know Arantz, Gaucheri, and Urbieta can do that. We're just getting to learn the game of Urrutia.
That's a hard serve coming in. Arantz keeps it on the left side. Catch by Urbieta. He's at the 12. Arantz steps up, makes a play, sends it deep. Coming out, rebote left side, played at the 6 line. That died off the front wall. Urrutia, a little miscommunication, but he makes the save. Gaucheri, blind catch overhead, powers it inside. Tough one.
Great
Arantz
rebote.
Makes a rebote save. Urbieta now on the outside. Low and hard on the wall. It scores. 2 in a row for the Renegades. They're back in front, leading 3-2.
That ball crossed the wall chest level right as Arantz was going to make the catch. And there's nothing but an arm's length to the back wall. Tremendous effort by Arantz there. Beautiful throw by Gaucheri.
Hard serve. Arantz stands in again, pulls it in at the 13. Hits high off the back wall. Rebote forehand pumped inside, cut off by Urrutia. Inside placement, long run. Urbieta not going to get there. Trading points here. It's 3-3.
So what I was saying before, the inside placement, that's what he's consistently been looking to do, is what you saw him succeed with there. That ball was still traveling back here. He makes the catch about the 8-9 line, inside placement. That ball's traveling low along the wall, and it's still in the air before the 11 line.
And the delivery is a little different, so Urbieta doesn't step
100%.
up and get the read on the drop
100%.
shot. That's very smart and well executed.
Again, it's just different than what we're used to seeing.
Back in inside. Arantz keeps it on the left. Plays it off the wall. Urbieta gets it. That's wall to wall. Big backhand. Urrutia stops up at the 6 line. Turns it inside. Right back to Urbieta. Low runner now. Arantz. Great read. He steps up. Made the catch in the air. That one hits high off the back wall again. Rebote turned inside. Gaucheri with a chance. Urrutia out of position. And he tipped it there on the outside. 4-3 lead for the Renegades.
Communication between Aratz and Urrutia has been spot on. Gaucheri picked the shot perfectly, executed it perfectly. If Aratz had a play on that, he needed to call Urrutia off.
It's a low, hard serve, but an under serve. Second one coming up. Backhand to the inside, cut off by Aratz. That one well out of reach. Gaucheri setting up for the rebote, turns it low and hard. Urrutia comes up, makes a save. Leaping grab by Urbieta, halfway up the wall. Inside for Urrutia. Costado with a big bounce. Great control there by Urbieta. Oh, this one splits up. Gaucheri calls him off. Forehand rebote almost killed Urrutia, but we're safe and in play. Here's Urbieta from the left side. Backhand. Caught by Aratz, ranging back into the corner. Aratz now at the 12 line. Keeps this one a little lower. Drops between the Renegades. It's on the wall. Gaucheri just has to flick it up there. Urrutia waiting for it. Oh, but missed the floater.
Floater, tough.
5 points, possible set, possible match point for the Renegades.
How does that happen? People who are new to Jai-Alai, who are not familiar with Jai-Alai, never understand how the slow ball is the most difficult ball to catch. The floater, we call them that for a reason. They're out there floating. You can catch a ball moving 150 miles an hour, but that one that is just dropping out of the air is so hard to get into the cesspool.
Powerful serve, stopped by Aratz there on the left side. The backhand, boy, that just cleared the overhead screen. It's on the wall. Gaucheri to the outside. Scoop by Urrutia. Carom by Urrutia. Urbieta's got it. The forehand to the inside. Look at Aratz in position. He saves it. 2-wall. Gaucheri from the outside. Low and hard again. Aratz with another great catch. Backhand 2-wall. Will it land in? It does.
What a point. That point
was
phenomenal.
A point.
What a point.
Fireball's hanging in there. They now have 4.
Everything about that point was sick. Court positioning, intent, where you're throwing it, control of the ball. Look at that. That's just phenomenal by Urbieta. Look at this save by Aratz. Gaucheri right there. Usually it's finished when he does this. Not with Aratz there. Look at that.
And then the high backhand to hard serve. What a catch there by Urbieta. Low runner inside. There's Urrutia. Outside placement. Scoop by Gaucheri. Powers it low and hard. Aratz makes another great catch. Here's Urbieta from the 11 line. Hard throw. Not past Aratz. Leaping grab there at the 13. He goes deep. Coming way out. It's right on the wall. Gaucheri saves it. Urrutia with a chance. Turns it inside. Urbieta with the reach. He makes the play. Low runner. Aratz scoops it up. Back at the 12. Oh, the backhand's in the overhead screen. Point, set, and match. Hard-fought match going the way of the Renegades in 3 sets. 6-4 in the final set. Game day ends in a 3-3 tie. Folks, stay tuned for the post-game show coming up momentarily.
What is Battle Court Jai-Alai? The world's fastest ball sport, and so much more. Jai-Alai is played inside a 3-wall court that measures just 120 feet long by 33 feet wide. The game is played with a hand-woven wicker basket called a cesta and a Jai-Alai ball. The ball is as hard as a rock, and it travels around the court at an average speed of 150 miles per hour. Players will crash into the sidewall or throw themselves onto the concrete ground without a single layer of padding just to get to it. Jai-Alai is like playing baseball if you had to catch and throw with just the gloved hand. And it's a rally sport, kind of like tennis, but much more dangerous.
Manny, there's a Carom. Bradley on the move, breaking. He got there. Blast the forehand. Everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit by the ball.
Jai-Alai is played as a singles match or as a doubles match. The match winner is the first player or doubles pair to win 2 out of 3 sets played to 6 points.
Gaucheri up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop!
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
Gaucheri picks it up in the front court, whips it inside.
What another
one.
made. Did it
He
again.
made it.
2 times back to back. That's freaking crazy.
Here's Gaucheri, 2-all return. Douglas reaching outside. Powerful forehand at the feet is missed for the
Point,
win.
set, and match.
Point, set, and match.
That's
Douglas.
respect.
Every point rally begins with a serve, then the players alternate catching and throwing the ball. While a point is being played, the ball can hit any of the court walls, but it cannot bounce twice on the ground. Simply put, the object of the game is to catch one more ball than your opponent, or better yet, to fire the ball so it can't be caught. When a player cannot successfully return the ball to the front wall, then 1 point is awarded to the opposition and the next rally begins with a new serve. A Battle Court Game Day consists of 6 matches, and the team that wins the most matches wins the day. Pick your favorite team, doubles pairing, or singles player, and cheer for them all season long. Or up the ante and bet on it. Battle Court Jai-Alai allows for wagering on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. The ball is lethal, the game is lightning fast, and the action is limitless. This is Battle Court Jai-Alai.
All right, boys, who we betting on?
However you bet, whoever you are, the sportsbook for every kind of player. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Hey everyone, welcome into the Battle Court postgame show. We have a tie today, 3-3 between the Fireballs and the Renegades. Renegades captain's going to join us in the DraftKings Players Cage as our player of the day today. A standout performance by number 20, Gaucheri. Some of the best, you've continued to raise the bar every year, but some of the best we've seen from you this season, Gaucheri. Last time out against your brother, he got the better of you in doubles. Was there anything that you watched back and you were able to attack this time to get the win?
Always is a hard match to play against my brother because they have a really good team. They have both in the Division 1 and 2 really good teams, but it can win me or him is like a lottery in these games. So just play hard and keep doing.
Yeah, and I was looking at the standings, and I was surprised to see that the Renegades haven't lost a game day since January, so a few months ago. Even though you guys have had a lot of ties, you're still very much in it. How do you stay motivated even when the wins haven't come like we've seen in years past?
Now with the tie 2, you go up and up, and it's important to win 3 games. It's better 4, but if you win 3 games, you tie, and it's good too. So just keep fighting because our goal is the playoff. We know that the first place is going to be difficult this year, but in the playoffs can anything happen. So the first step is to be on the playoff.
Ikaich, you've always been part of the most exciting plays that we've seen at Magic City ever since you first joined us. And we appreciate it, and it's fantastic to watch. The pace of play, so the quickness of the play today between you and Urrutia in the front court, no matter how fast it gets, you keep up and then you exceed it, and you do it every year. And is there anyone we can bring that you think that you might not be able to beat just out of curiosity or play against? Because
no, here everybody can beat everyone. No, Urrutia is a good player, very good player. He played good too in Basque Country, and I watch him and I know him since I was a little. His pace is hard and it's difficult to beat him. You have to fight, sweat, and believe, because if not, you are going to lose against these guys.
the Costados were scary today from both of you, The ball was coming so fast to the backcourt, and the outside placement, you played beautifully.
Great playing, Gaucheri, our player of the day for today. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll continue on with the post-game show and recap that 3-3 tie between the Fireballs and Renegades, starting first here with a little singles. That was Urrutia against Urbieta. That was match 2 of the day.
Again, Urrutia, you got to give the nod to, Urbieta. You got to give the nod to as far as court experience is concerned, because he's been here longer. Urrutia is in his first season, but adjusting well, I guess is the best way that I would put it. So he did a good job of keeping Urbieta moving all around the court, kill shots when he could get them in. And again, that Costado 2-all is exactly what we're talking about. Gaucheri's used it since he first came here. Urrutia's used it very successfully in his first season. Then we get to a doubles match, and this was all Goenaga and Flores from the first serve on. Ron and Jedden just weren't able to get in any type of rhythm. Goenaga took advantage of every opportunity to drop the ball inside. Then going into the second set, he just came out with an aggressiveness from the Costado, made every catch. Flores did not drop a ball in the back. Ron got tripped up on a couple plays, but this match was all Goenaga, 100%. I'm saying that as Flores is making every catch in the back. Flores did not miss a ball in that match.
I don't think he did. There's been a couple of matches like that.
I say that just as we review a tip by Ron. So this was the first appearance of Gaucheri up against Lalou in the front court. Again, Ben, as we say every time the Renegades play, doing a fantastic job backing up Gaucheri. I mean, Gaucheri, with this aggressive style of play, he just always brings it. Ben got tripped up there in the back. Rabote comes out. Ben from the corner. Again, and such impressive play by Ben again.
Different level he plays there with Gaucheri.
Because basically so traditional job of the back quarter. Catch, throw, protect the chick-chack and chula, set the play up for your front quarter to kill it. That's kind of the way that it works. And we're seeing a bit more of that as far as the front quarter's kind of out of it, back quarter's trading throws, and then the front quarter's killing it when they have an opportunity to do that. And then this match was, so the 3 sets, the energy was fast-paced from the outset. Urrutia had a few unforced errors in the first set that went the direction of the Renegades. Gaucheri was able to take advantage of that. Came back in the second set with just an aggressive style of play. There, you saw the point still going. He was frustrated that what he wanted to do, it just didn't quite work. But the near misses, the powerful throws, catch here by, look at this scoop by Gaucheri. Back to the inside, and Arat's powerful backhand. Urbieta's there. Arat's catch after catch, throw after throw. Look at this catch. Just beautifully made by Urbieta. Arat's consistently there in the backcourt. That backhand just got away from him and hit the overhead screen.
Ending that match in the Renegades' favor and ending the game day in a 3-3 tie. So each team getting a half point in our standings. Let's take a look and see how that will change things. I know the Fireballs are still going to remain at the top. They have 7 points. The Renegades slide into solo second. They now have 6. Devils and Chargers in that order round out the top 4. Still, Warriors and Cyclones outside of the playoffs at the moment, but still about a third of the regular season left, for all these teams to get some points. We'll be back in action on Friday. Those Friday matches will be between the Devils and Chargers. Check out our website, highlightworld.com, to see those matches. Soon I'll be back here on Friday, 7 p.m. for that game day. Have a great week. We'll
see you Friday at 7.
Do you have any serve-in rituals?
Yeah, I have a lot of them.
Today we're comparing the tennis ball to the highlight ball.
Just like that effortless look, you know, but
it's really a lot of effort.
5 facts about Battle Court Jai-Alai you didn't know.
The ball averages a speed of 150 miles an hour, and the world record is 190 miles an hour.
Hi, my name is Anderson, and I cracked this glass.
I love y'all boys.